For what, Kristen? To gamble? Never worth it. Yeah, I guess. There's a dip. I'm going to get it. And then from there, I have no fucking idea what I'm doing. You need to have, Jesus. I'm trying to think of a good stock. Costco, been running really good. You need to find stocks that are running really good, and when they dip, get in them because guess where they're going to go next? They're going to keep going. They're going to keep running. RNXT spiked. Like, let me take another look at it before I talk out of my ass here too much, but let's see. I'm pretty sure RNXT was one that just spiked yesterday, and now it's dead. It's fucking dead. Yeah, I was right. I was not talking out of my ass. I was talking out of my cock. A huge cock. Fucking winning cock. I'm kidding, you guys. I don't have a huge cock. No, I'm kidding about being so vulgar. But my point is that I was right. That RNXT spiked one day, right? And it's pharmaceutical. And you're obviously new to the market, potentially, because you would then know that that's what pharmaceuticals do. That's their game. Biotech. That's their game. They spike on. They pay promoters to hype some news bit, spikes, and then it fades for a month, and everyone loses all their money that they got in there. Then the next time it spikes, it doesn't spike as much, but it spikes, and then everybody gets out. And guess where the money is going? That everyone is losing. Guess where it's going? It's going to the company. The company does a shelf offering. You'll see a shelf offering, soon on any day here on RNXT, if it didn't already happen. You'll see. You'll get it. Yeah, don't touch that fucker. You want to get in something that's going up and up and up and up consistently every day. Kristen, dude, did you hear what are you a girl or a guy? Did you hear what he or she just said? A girl. I have always been a girl. She put an exclamation point on it. She said, so shady. Welcome to the stock market, my friends. So shady, right? Oh, man. Oh, man. Do we have stories to tell you? Just this year alone, do we have stories to tell you? Fuck. She says, so shady. Wow. God. The stock market is undefeated. There you go. Yeah, Jesus. The stock market is the original Don King. Well, maybe some of you don't know who I'm talking about there. You're going to have to look that one up. Did you see that interview with Mike Tyson where he's like, yeah, Don King was a fucking asshole, man. Does Hut have a chance to pop today? I think so. And either way, I mean, even if we leave it alone, I think it's still going to do better than it's been doing, which has been pretty good. Justin Beasley asks, any possible runners today? You're all locked in. I mean, runners for the day kind of thing. I don't know. Maybe financials or industrials. Energy. I'm gonna go pretty hog wild on energy over the next couple weeks. Ping. Cheers. All right, so let's take a look at the market a little bit here for a second, then we'll jump into the individuals. Cheers. You got big brains. Camille, who are you talking to? Evan, is that why they call it a money shot? Oh man, that was a really good. Two different body parts, that's for sure. But you couldn't tell me that if a beautiful lady was walking by. Ping. This stock just broke out. What is it, Britain? Ping. I got a little slot down here for anything I may have missed. Okay. No, it didn't. So let's see. The Qs are just like riding up really nice and smooth. They're rallying, having a very nice overnight and pre-market. The Qs, tech. And that is just so damn surprising because that is not at all what yesterday's inflation numbers say the future beholds for them. I think basically what you're going to have. Hey, there's PPSI, by the way. PPSI breakout, you guys. You can even get it for 30 cents of risk right now. PPSI pre-market breakout. PPSI 30 cents of risk. Boom, there it goes. Wow, from 850 to 875 in an instant. All right, RJ got into PPSI. What was your fill? He's probably like, I don't know, man. Shut up. I'm trying to trade. I'm right in the middle of this goddamn trade. It's always the most nerve-wracking. Thank you. Right at the beginning, it really is. You know, after it gets up there, you have so much padding and you just feel like a king. Anyway, Q's going up today is ridiculous. It could be just that everyone's going to be waiting for the analysts to give their new price targets over the next few weeks. This market's going to adjust, though. Blue Tiger's been in it since 8:20. All right, that's cool. As long as you knew when to get out if it turned against you. We're pulling back to 856 already. RJ might be heading for a break even. But anyway, your stop right now is currently 8. If you got in for 50 cents of risk on PPSI, or 8.2 if you got in for 30 cents of risk on PPSI. And let's see if it keeps going. Let's see. Oil's back down to $81 a barrel. Thank goodness. And energy is just holding straight. Same as base materials, industrials. We've got financials are up a tick this morning. Rates yesterday just grinded up all day. It wasn't like a huge change, but somewhat. It was somewhat large. It was somewhat significant. Gold has grinded up to exactly where the peak, almost to exactly to the peak of yesterday's freak out spike, right? It's almost all the way back up there again and going to break out today, possibly. Gold. The VIX, however, moving in the contrary, coming down from 18 down to 17.65. That's really nothing. I'm sure you've seen the VIX can jump a point very quickly. And then SPY is sideways, and so is the Dow. So for whatever reason, tech is acting like it's going to be hot today, tech. That's what we know pre-market. We'll see if that actually follows through as such. Let's see if I can tell anything else on the full market radar here. Yeah, Bitcoin's pretty much settled into about 65,000. All right, and so I'm watching like MQ and a couple of these like stringers, I guess you could say, Root, Adma, and Ride, and SOPA, RWLK. But I think the main primary opportunities this morning are Affirm, AFRM, Open Door, OPEN, CGen, CGEN, Ride, SOFI, and Fossil. Yeah, those are the front runners right at the moment. And do I have Root on there twice? No. And Root is not so bad either. If it can show some more volume would be nice. Beely for a swing, Matt? I don't know. Let's take a look at it in a little bit here. All right. We have 16 minutes to the market open. We are fully prepared. We've got 5 IPOs also. VAXX, BLZE, Blaze, Beat. It's a heartbeat, something for biotech probably related. Beat, BEAT, WBEV, and Weave. WBEV sounds like some kind. I'm not sure what any of these companies do, but I do. I have a very good comprehension. That's something I've always had in my life I have more than 100% comprehension because I can bring in implied information. And I'm guessing that Beat is on the right track to do well supplying heartbeat monitors of some kind. Somebody who's listening in right now is going to be like, motherfucker, that's exactly what they do. How did you know that? Or you can correct me if I'm wrong. And I don't mind being wrong because I'm just guessing here. And then Blaze, no idea. Seriously, I can't piece that one together. Vax, they must be a vaccine. I think they're called Vaccinity. I saw the name of them. They must be related somehow to vaccines. And vaccines are in vogue right now. So, Vax could do well. This is how I correlate these things. WBEV, cardio diagnostic, says my brat. Yeah. WBEV, I'm guessing, is some kind of a digital beverage service. I'm not sure exactly how, but they probably have it's a new tech in the beverage sector. So restaurants, good. Weave, no idea. But it really doesn't matter. I think Emma and anybody else who's been with me long enough to see how we trade these IPOs knows that we just really don't. It doesn't matter when we're taking our profit targets and when you're setting our stop losses. It doesn't matter what their name is. It doesn't matter how many children they have. It doesn't matter their ethnicity. It doesn't matter how much money they have. It doesn't matter anything other than all we care about is that chart. I don't care if they're purple tigers or whatever. We make money on the chart pattern. All right, PPSI, unfortunately pulled back pretty hard, about 50% retrace now. So those of you who are in it for 50 cents of risk, you have two choices now. You can go on the defense because it's more than 50% of a retrace, and de-risk 50%, remove 50% of your position. Or you can trust your all-out stop at 8 and see how this progresses. That would be the proper path of victory methodology. Or those are your two choices right now at this juncture. But if you took 30 cents of risk to get in, your stop is 8.2. Somebody recommended W, or that might have been a misprint. But yeah, I did say WBEV. Maybe that's what they're asking. No, Wayfair. Wayfair is down from 257 to 239 yesterday. Got half out at break even on the retrace. Perfect strategy. Still holding that 50%. Risk to the 8. Perfect. I mean, RJ's playing the strategy perfectly. Take his losses according to the system. You start to modify things so that you have less losses. It will mess with your gains, So, the system is it's fully optimized. And, you don't mess with a good thing. Jonathan Delva says he got fully out at break even. But Jonathan Delva is no RJ. $6 win. No, sir. The right thing to do. RJ did it. He was correct. I think he took one profit target at 875. I'm surprised he even got it. Not really. We're not surprised RJ got it. RJ's pretty good at this. And took half profits out. That's exactly the right thing to do. That is the strategy. But I'm glad, Jonathan, that you did it your way too. All good. 2 winners already. Jeremy, check out. Did somebody ask something? Okay. Jeremy, you should check out marketmastery.teachable.com, said Todd. He sent you a link there in the bio. That's a set of 100 plus video lessons of mine edited together and put into a nice compendium for you you can bounce around however you wish. It's on demand. You can even watch them out of order, faster than normal speed, slower than normal speed if you wish. Well, some of you might be English as a second language, and that might be useful. Did you advise on upstart swing? No, sorry. I know I didn't. I was going to wait a little bit if you're going to hang around a little longer, middle of the map. But yeah, I guess I got 10 minutes. All right, I'll do a real quick look at upstart. And what was the other one? Somebody wanted me to look at something else too. For a swing. Oh God, no. No, don't tell me to take a look at stocks that have just had a massive problem or spike. There's nothing you can do. All right. So nope, no prognosis on upstart. It's fucked. Can we swing you? Let's see. Same problem there. Same problem there. Let that settle in a little bit. So no more CEI. Oh man, I haven't looked at CEI for a long time. Yeah, look at that. People being squeezed to death, having their accounts drained. It's now down to $1.10. Probably will hit $1 today. It was like $4 or $5 at the peak. So bag holders are down like 80-90% on CEI. What would they? Why were they bag holding? It's just ridiculous, you know. Don't treat your money like a casino, man. You don't have to do. You don't have to gamble your money to make money. Go into business. You can do that by investing in companies. So now you're partnering with them, or putting it into dividend earning stocks, or you could stake crypto, or you could buy a cash flow real estate property, depending on how much money you've got. You really don't need a ton to get started in cash flow real estate property owning. You really don't need it. I mean, a lot of you might think, you need like a lot of money, like $40,000, something like that. You can find like condos for $60,000 in some areas, and then you need to put 20% down, so 12 grand. Plus this or that expenses here and there, of course, yeah. But you don't need it's like an ungodly amount of money. And you can rent those out on Airbnb, or you can lease it out however you wish. But Airbnb returns more money. Comes with its extra set of hassles, of course. But more money, more risk, more money. Less risk, less return. Small account. Don't trade options, Mario. If this is your first day here. Oh, you said first day here. Do not trade options. Don't trade options for at least a year. I mean, you really need to get down trading shares first. Open Door just broke out again. We actually missed it. It's so micro here on my screen. But Open Door just broke 23.35, which was the high there, where you could have got in for 35 cents of risk. Now it's 50 cents of risk to get in. 50 cents of risk to get in Open Door. So, you hope it goes $1 to 24.50. And how is PPSI holding up? All right, we're still in PPSI technically. So Mario, you can get into any of our trades, any of them, if you use shares. And you do that by using the 1% rule. Like, how does anybody know how many shares to buy? Can somebody raise their hand and give me an explanation other than our methods? How the hell they figure out how many shares to buy? What is their method? No, besides when we teach them the 1% rule, like, what are they doing? Just arbitrary guessing? Yeah, guessing, winging it. Yeah, that's bullshit, right? I mean, if you think about it, that's bull. There should be no guessing in this. If you think about it. like that tells you something's wrong. You need to apply something mathematical, systematic to the evaluation of how many shares you're going to buy. I mean, worst case scenario, I guess some people are going all in. They're just like, they're doing a little math. They're going, okay, I've got $4,700. I'm going to get 117 shares. So they did some math. They have a system. At least they have that. But then I hear people, they're like, I'm buying 100 shares. Why? Why is it always 100 shares? I'm buying 100 shares. Are you going to buy 100 shares of Amazon? What are you going to do? Like, none of it makes sense. None of it's proportioned or sized to the trade, nor to your account. It's just an arbitrary number. What you need to be sizing the amount of shares you're getting to is how much you want to lose. And you can't know how much you want to lose unless you know where you're going to get out either. So before you get into a trade, you got to know where you're going to get out. So should it go there, you would lose such and such per share. And then you got to figure out, okay, if I don't want to lose more than $100 on this trade, then I can't buy more than 10 shares, something like that. Because if when I get out, I'll have lost $100. So you got to pre-plan all of that. And we use a system called the 1% rule. And I teach that in my market mastery classes. So if you want to learn more about that, I recommend you take my market mastery classes. Let's see if somebody pops the down there for you guys. For you new guys, you need to learn the 1% rule. There it is. Sergio posted the link. Never enter unless you know when you're getting out. Yeah. I mean, can you imagine getting in the ring? You're going to fight some guy and you don't have an exit. You haven't thought about an exit plan at all. You're like, okay, what are you going to do if you get knocked out? Are you going to get back up? Are you going to stay down? You got to have a plan before you get in there. What if he pulls a knife on you? Going? You going to run? What's the plan? Yeah. Any idea on HUT? So we're in the HUT swing trade. We're in HUT. Glad you guys are hot on HUT, but we're already in it. We're already in the swing trade. We've been in it for a little while now to get stabbed. So we'll see how it goes. That one's not very hot this morning. It's a little hot, but not really enough. All right, guys, the market opens in 2 minutes and 45 seconds, and I see MQ coming up for a breakout. If it can break 29.80, you can get in for $1 of risk. MQ. Write it down. 29.80, $1 of risk. MQ. Be watching it. Another thing that's close right now, AFRM is starting to put in some price movement. If it could break 170, you can get in for $5 of risk. AFRM. $5 of risk. 170. That will be a pre-entry. SOFI is starting to work its way up to the pre-market high. That's going to be significant. 24.25. Write it down. 24.25 breakout level. You'll be able to get in. I'm going to check the risk right now. Or 50 cents of risk. That's nice. Nice low risk. So you can get lots of shares. Use the 1% rule. Some of you who are new in here might be going like, what the fuck is he talking about? What is this risk thing? Paper trade until you know what you're doing. Seriously. Like, really, I'm not being a jerk, but yeah, you're going to lose all your money. That's the best thing I can tell you. It's one of the best things I can tell you. You are going to lose all your money if you don't know what you're doing and you're playing with real money already. And then people ask, well, then how am I supposed to make real money? How am I supposed to make any money? Well, not like that. Okay. Obviously, you got to train. You got to train to get better, and start with paper trading, simulated trading. All right, we got 57 seconds to the open. What's the risk on AFRM? It's going to be like $5. It seems to be. It seems to be. It's going to be that. MQ is really coming up. Coming up a little too fast, in my opinion. You know, might just like touch the high, 29.80, and then fake out. But you'll be in it for $1 of risk. You can handle it. That $1 of risk can give you a nice window. For that break at 29.80. Okay, we got 18 seconds till the market opens. And remember PPSI, there's another one. If it breaks 875, you'll be able to get in for 75 cents of risk. Stop at $8. Same stop still. You guys who are already in it, your stop is $8. Be careful. Here we go. We got some things that are pretty close here. Affirm, no entry. Affirm is crapping out. SOFI crapping out. MQ. Here comes the break on MQ. Tornado. Boom. There's the entry on MQ. MQ. And you can get in actually for 50 cents of risk on MQ. Stop at 29.40. Right? We never know which one of these it's going to be, and the market opens and the other ones crap out, and then something from the rear, right field, comes in and starts running. It's MQ. Yeah, ride. Watch for a break of 670. It's coming up. Ride. How about that? AFRM totally crapping out. I would not have thought that, but that's it. Your mind needs to turn on a dime. SOFI coming up. Is it the breakout yet? Where's this breakout on SOFI? 24.25 we're looking for. Here it comes. SOFI breaking out. Boom. There it is. There's the breakout on SOFI for 50 cents of risk at 24.25. Some of you may already have that order set up. That's the way to do it. 670 is what we're looking for on RIDE. No entry yet on RIDE. SOFI 24.57, 24.60. You're going to be taking profits underneath every dollar level. So you're waiting for that 25. You're waiting for 24.87, 24.84. Depends on how greedy you're trying to get. You really don't need to be greedy. Open Door is doing okay. It is also running. MQ also hit 30.28. You need to be taking 5 to 20% profits of your position out right here. It's hitting 30, and then the next level will be 31. SOFI with a huge hard pullback. Be careful. What was our stop on that? Let me take a look. Does anybody know what the stop was? I think we're really close. 23.6. Exit SOFI. I mean, that kind of a hard pullback is not friendly at all. Don't appreciate that at all. These are the dangers of trading. You never know. You never know which one of these is going to do that to you. This doesn't happen every time, but probably happens 30, 40% of the time. Be on your toes. What we're looking for every day is a huge win, a massive win, an unbelievable win. So what we're really trying to do each day outside of that is simply get in the ring, take some punches, go home broken even. That's fine. Maybe make 1%, maybe lose 1% of your portfolio. So we're just getting in, getting out, getting in, getting out. That's how we play this. Because we're really awaiting, we're playing the long game here. For every week or every 2 weeks or every 3 weeks, there's something that returns a massive win. Exit on MQ, 28.80 I think was the exit. Exit on MQ. Boy, these hard pullbacks. Is this market wide? Yeah, pretty much market wide. The market is opening red. It's bleeding at the open, I should say. Not showing red. Okay. All right, and RIDE is, there it is. There's the breakout on RIDE, 670. Bring, there it is. The breakout on RIDE. And Root breakout right now, too, is ROOT. Root breakout for 30 cents of risk. Hurry up. ROOT. It is getting away from us. If breakout was 540, now it's at 547. About, what did I just say? 30 cents of risk, 20 cents of risk on Root. So that number, when I say it, 20 cents of risk, whatever that number I say, That's what we're talking about. That's how you figure out how many shares you can buy using the 1% rule. You take 1% of your portfolio and you divide it by that number, and that's how many shares you can buy. And when you do and you exit, you'll have only lost 1% of your portfolio. So you're only risking 1% of your portfolio on any one trade. Not in the way that that sounds like, but as far as risk of loss. Not you're paying more than that. Much more. You might not even have enough money in your account. Look at that AFRM complete crap out. Yeah, PTs, right? Or TPs, target prices, yeah. And getting ready to flip on a dime between aggressive and defensive. Yeah, absolutely. Open volatility is always wild. Yep. Ooh, Hyliion dropping further, and I'm holding the puts on that still. So now I'm up 240% on that. And what is this DTIL? Is that the call? Yeah, we got a call on DTIL, and it is doing outstanding on day 2. Up 200% on that one. Kelly Papers. All right, SOFI is just like really, really crapping out. AFRM, I'm surprised too. Really, really crapping out. Some of these you can't get short shares on, unfortunately. Yeah, hard to borrow on Hyliion. Hard to borrow on AFRM. So it's like, unfortunately, the best way to play shorts is with blue chips, big caps. To the next week, locked in 260% up on the last lotto. Wow, that's nice. Oh, Lucid. Is Lucid doing something? Hut. All right, we have Hut. That's doing good. Rivian from 108 to 115. Rivian day 2. I didn't expect Rivian to break out on day 2. It did so poorly on day 1. Is it breaking out? Let's take a look at it. Day 2 IPOs, very important to watch. No, 120. We're looking for the breakout. 120. 119.50 on Rivian. Keep an eye on it. Maybe it goes. And we're waiting on these 5 IPOs too. There's some opportunity there. What do I got on Kelly? Do I got to put? Okay, good. Because Kelly is crapping out more. What's the exit on Ride? Good question. Always good to know that. 635. When you got in, do you remember what risk I said? Out of curiosity. On Ride. SPY falling precipitously. Yeah, DIA, the Dow falling precipitously. This is it. This is the proper reaction. I don't know what the hell was going on pre-market, but this is what you can expect from this massive inflation going on. And we should probably see gold and crypto popping now. So, oh, really? Follow, why can't I think of it? Mara, the other one, Mara, Riot and Mara are probably going to go up, with this volatility spike going on. And gold and energy, XLE, energy. You guys help me remember. Oh yeah, got it. I was trying to remember the ticker for ExxonMobil. XOM. XLE, CVX for Chevron. These are some of the companies you might want to get into. Investment wise, keep your money safe over in energy. Energy outperforms inflation by 9% on average over the last 50 years during these huge inflationary times. And it does that with something like 90% probability. There's a 90% probability that you're going to beat the market, beat inflation in the market. Frankly, like this sell-off on Qs and the market, the Dow and SPY right now that's happening, all this red across the market, it's very tame. It's like, I'm really surprised it's as tame as it is. This is really gentle. So if any of you are like, fuck, the sky is falling, man, this is nothing. Holy shit. You haven't been through a market correction day or a crash day. Holy crap. Try being in the market and the market drops like 15% in one day. Fuck. Marlon Augustin says, yes, people, paper trade. I lost half of my original investment already. Yeah, I mean, I can tell you're going to lose your money. Like, it's just the best thing I can tell you. You're going to lose your money. Like, just, I know it sounds mean, but it's the best thing I can tell you. And then, paper trade practice until you're, phenomenal. Because you have to think of yourself as an Airbnb, as a business. If you're not churning out profit, if you're not a profitable horse, what are you doing? Putting your money on yourself. You're just gambling. And that's not what this has to be about. This does not have to be gambling at all. You can learn these winning systems, learn how to invest properly, learn how to swing trade properly, and learn how to day trade properly. I know. The natural instinct, Lou says, is I want to prove you wrong. I can go straight to making money. But by far the most responsible decision you can make is to paper trade first. Yeah, and it's tough. Oh man, it's tough. Believe me, I know. I've been there. But many pro traders that you'll find out there now that are like regular income earners, traded for about the average is about 10 months on paper first. And the reason why it worked out for them and it wouldn't work out for somebody who kind of feels like fuck that is because that kind of proves they have incredible discipline, doesn't it? And discipline, in my humble opinion, is the number one skill that makes you a winning trader. Without discipline, doesn't matter what you know. Yeah, Ram even says even after paper trading for 6 months, he still whipped a couple of small accounts. Yeah, discipline, hardest aspect to master. And part of that, there's so many aspects of discipline, though. One of them for me that I think is important for you guys to know right away at the beginning is stop switching around everything. Stop switching everything around all the time, trying to find the Holy Grail. There is no Holy Grail. I've been trying to find it for 25 years. I'm very smart. Some of you know that. And I have tried some pretty crazy, intelligent arbitrage methods to try to, find, holy grails. There's no Holy Grail. It's day trading is an active income, not a passive income. You're sitting there, if you don't sit down, you don't make money. It's not passive income. It's active income. And so it's also not passive income. And I recommend that a decent 80 or 90% of your wealth is in passive income. And that, active income is just, your front run business and maybe, something like this, a hobby or your active day trading. That can be fine. Would you say DWAC is ranging or getting ready for a breakout? Let's see. Oh, it's I wouldn't call it ranging even. And I definitely don't think it's getting ready for a breakout. I would call it settling in. It's perfectly that's like exactly what it looks like. Wouldn't you say? It's settling in. and you don't know what DWAC's going to do next. I mean, it's always amazing to me that people will put their money into DWAC, an unproven company with 17 ticks on its fucking chart, 17 bars on the chart. They'll put their money into that before they'll put it into Apple or Microsoft or Netflix or Facebook or any of these companies, but they'll put it into DWAC. Like, what are you doing? That should be your leftover money. Like, any kind of crazy money, like just gambling, like, I don't know what the fuck this is going, but maybe. Don't put that money. That's not your first money. That's your last money. That's like you're rich. You have extra money. You have money just fucking laying around. Then you put it in DWAC. Okay? You got to put your money to work safely. You got to keep building. It takes years to save the difference between your income and your expenses, and just keep putting it away and just keep putting it away, and then invest it in the market and invest it in the market. And when I say the market, I mean the entire fucking market, like VOO. Invested in the entire market. Keep doing that every month. It takes years to start to get that to a level that might be like $30,000 or $50,000 or $100,000. But once you've got 30, 40, 50, now you can start doing some incredible damage, some excellent damage. Once you got 30, 40, 50, now you can take 20, 30, 40 and get that cash flow property. And then you still have 10 or 20 on the side, right? That you can either have it in a dividend fund or crypto staking or crypto mining or anything that gives you a return passively. Most of your money should be in passive projects. This stuff, highly recommend that you paper trade until you've got the mechanics of it down and you understand everything. And I think one of the best indicators for you to know whether or not you're getting close or not is if you're ahead on every trade. If you're like, when you're paper trading, you're like, oh, that was fully prepared. Every single target, I had that all set. Hit it, nailed it, boom, out. I didn't have to wait for Evan to say what he said. I understand the strategies. I thought ahead. I had everything set before it happened. That's the time. I'm telling you, that's the time when you're ready. When now you can go from paper trading to a small amount of real money. You can start to practice on real money at that point. Once you're ahead and you understand the strategies and the systems. Fossil, FOSL, breaking out. Just hit 20. Dollar of risk on Fossil, 19 stop. And Root has been banging around a little bit. Did you guys get into Root at 5.4 at the open for 40 cents of risk? Would you say DWAC is A, and you say you ain't putting money in it? I'm not talking to you necessarily. Okay, just general wisdom about what this is that we're doing. It's not some kind of like corner of the planet where everybody makes Lambos. Every opportunity, every business, every restaurant, you've probably been to a restaurant and it's packed and they've got a line out the door and they got waiters going by and the tips are big and you're thinking, man, the owner must be making bank. Well, guess what? A restaurant like that has so much more overhead than a restaurant that's not doing as much business. They're breaking dishware. They've got maintenance costs that are double the other ones. They've got churning employees. They've got liability and insurance issues. The overhead, trust me, every business, there's no holy grail. There's up to about a 30% profit margin that you can get on any business in the long run. And that's what the Facebooks and the Netflixes give you. They give you that huge growth, that 30%. But most businesses make, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 11% per year. And the stock market makes about 8% per year. And so in general, you got to stop trying to search for these there's a casino, and that's gambling. That's a whole nother thing. And it's not a method to make money. I'm going to show you that in class tonight. Don't forget, you guys, VIP class tonight. I'm going to try and get my visual illustrated. I got to draw this for you guys. I have a way to visualize this for you, which I think is going to really blow your mind. You're going to be able to see that gambling, although you can make huge returns, is what bankrupts you very quickly as well. Strangely, oddly enough, people who make money too fast, it's like it's a speed thing. If you make money too fast, there's a problem. It's not possible. Making money too fast is there's a limit to how fast you can make money, because the downside, the risk side of it, too fast money, is hitting zero pretty quickly. All right, so looks like ride also not going to be triggering. I'm going to take that off of high speed setup. SOFI also not looking like a good signature. MQ I'm getting a little bit of a double bottom on MQ. MQ might come up and around. Does anybody know what the deal is on MQ? Why is MQ up today? Was it earnings? And if so, can you play good team member and check if there's any price upgrades? If MQ has a good price upgrade, maybe we can get into it for a 5-minute dip buy at 28.2, and we're really close. So if anybody can get price upgrade information on MQ, that'd be great. Yes, PPSI did just break out of the high of 8.75. Next price target is just below 9. And look at that. It really gets about a 30 cent. The candle widths are really wide. Don't like that. The candle widths are really wide on PPSI. Root, see, it's much smoother. Every 2 minutes that goes by, the amount of price difference is not massive. So it's like not rug pullable. You're going to start to get good at this stuff eventually. After a year or two looking at charts, you'll be able to see this. You want candles that don't overlap previous candles too much. Like if by the third candle is overlapping the first candle in any amount, that's not so good. You want a nice contiguous movement on your price action. So Root is supplying that. So Root to me looks like a much more high quality trade right now. I don't know who's in Root. Root, ROOT, looks pretty good. Yeah, I am going to look at Riot. That's what I was telling you, is that I think people are going to be flowing into crypto right now, and for you guys to be watching Riot as an opportunity. I don't have it up though, but maybe some of you are watching that. I'm going to pull it up over this one here. Yeah, and in fact it is running. And that's because the market was dipping. And I imagine HUT should be moving like that too. Where did we put HUT? There's HUT, yeah. Yeah, Mara and Riot, yeah. Yeah, we do a little bit. We try to stay away from them because you can't really do much about it. Right now, buying Riot or Mara is like buying the VIX. You can't push the VIX up. You can't rally the VIX. You can't pump $400 trillion into the VIX and make it go up. It's a metric that's a derivative, just like Riot and Mara. They're derivative of what Bitcoin is doing. Okay, so they don't rally. They just correct to whatever they're derivative. They're highly derivative because of their holdings like that. So we don't really day trade Mara or Riot because we're not going to get some kind of an outstanding DWAC-like rally halting to the upside. It's just never will fucking happen, ever, unless Bitcoin is, see? But then why not be in Bitcoin? You're getting into things that are derivative. They're not going anywhere because of what we're doing to it. They're derivative, just like an option contract or just like the VIX. All right, first profit take point en route. Nicely done, says Kyle. All right. Good job. 5 to 20% off, around the 575 level. Between stocks between $5 and $10 in price, we like to take profit targets underneath every 25 cents key psychological level. PPSI looking a little bit better on this candle, a bit nicer. Still trying to get up and out of 9. Every 25 cents on PPSI. I think some of you may have gotten in pre-market at like 8.5. Woo! Look at PPSI go now. Nice pop. Hopefully you already had your 5 to 20% exit profit targets set because boom, there it is. It just hit 924. You know RJ did it. Be like RJ. RJ's gonna, RJ, don't ever let this go to your head. Oh shit, I just typed in the high frequency trading setup. I typed RJ instead of PPSI. It's gonna look up RJ, the trading machine. He's gonna have a SPAC coming soon. RJPP, yeah. But PPSI hit 9.2493. It basically hit 9.25, so it already hit that profit target. So I don't know how many of you are in PPSI, but if you know our strategies, you can be ahead of the game. Once you're ahead of the game and you're just knocking these things out over and over, it's like no stress. You're doing paper trading. Paper trading can be kind of like no stress. Oh, here's another thing you need to do. For those of you who are new and you're like, yeah, okay, I'll give paper trading a try. No, you want to make sure you set your paper trading balance to how much money you have saved that you're going to trade with when you switch to real money. They need to equal the same. So you have the same fucking problems, with pattern day trading rules or liquidity issues, or you can only get 4 shares. You need to be able to do the calculations the same. When you lose money and it's, $27, you need to know if that hurts you or not. It's got to be the same. Doesn't that make sense? Don't set it to 100,000 or a million or whatever. Set it to whatever you have. If you have $476 saved and that's what you're going to trade with, that's what you need to set your paper trading to. Yeah. For us. Yeah, it's way more fun when you change it to 100 million. Yeah, I bet it is. If you had 100 million, I guarantee you would not be sitting on your ass 8 hours a day actively day trading. I guarantee you. Be doing something much better. This is for a certain kind of personality, a certain people who are in a certain place in their lives. Financially, it fits a nice mold. Fits a nice little pocket there. People trying to, work up to their first million or their first 100,000 or even their first 10,000. But once you get way up there, you're not gonna be sitting around doing it anymore. After a certain point. But like for instance, there are many traders who have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 million, 30 million, but they only trade with a million or 2 million, or 500,000 even, or 300,000, So, again, you never use all your money for your active trading. You want your money just making money while you're asleep. You want to put your money to work for you, not you to work for your money. $3:45 a.m. Wow, nice. This sweet girl was? Who are you talking about? Was it a doggy? It's her birthday today. Yeah, your pupper. Oh yeah, the one that's got you have the magazine from like Time magazine that looks just like her. In your background. She turned 3. Oh, happy birthday, Sahara. History Channel. There you go. You know, none of us really give a fuck. But happy birthday, Sahara, you fucking hairy, dirty bastard. No, I love dogs too. Other people's dogs. Oh my god. When you have kids, you don't need to invite even further entities into your household. It's enough responsibility right there. Trust me. And then you layer that on top, and it's just like, what are you looking for? That zoo feel? What are you trying to? What's the aesthetic you're going for? But anyway, we love you, Sahara. Bullshit. Any kind one, like, what would you say is the best paper trading platform? All right. Well, anyway, Jamal says, I care, Jackson. I'm 16 and I know what to care about in life and what not to care about in life. As a 16-year-old, I'm smart that way. Yeah. Okay. Sure, Jamal. Exactly. All right. PPSI is getting a little funky. I'm going to call that yes, that's a failed double top there. So 8.9 is your stop. 8.9 all out stop on PPSI. Get ready, because you remember how fast these things fall when they break neck like that, when they break necklines. There it is. Boom, exit. Get ready. Get out. 8.95. Yep, that was it. All out exit on PPSI. Good job, you guys holding. That's the full trade. That was the full trade. Hey, that's what you surf these. We surf these waves. The wave's going against us now. No good. Yeah. I mean, you got to feel proud when you just traded perfectly. Doesn't matter that it was a, 25-minute trade or whatever it was. What matters is, did you do perfect? Yes. That's what matters. All right. We are still in what? Root? Yeah, root. Root also is putting in a failed retest. It's up to you if you want to get out of root like all out right here, about 550, 565. Otherwise, your stop is 530, and you're just going to ride that path of victory. I don't know, root hasn't been too hostile. Every candle's been pretty smooth. You might be able to trust it a little bit more. Jamal's like, I secretly compete with RJ. That's why I'm getting so good. I like it. Can I turn the chat to dark mode? I don't know what you're talking about, Faraz, but man, those mushrooms must be really working wonders. We don't know what you're talking about. Oh, the cat for Zoom. Wish at 593. Chat. The chat for Zoom. I don't know. Mine doesn't. I don't think. Mine doesn't have a dark mode, does it? Let me see. I think they'd have that. The hell? General. No. Is there a dark mode, guys? Accessibility, maybe? Closed captioning? Wow, that's cool. Chat display size. Ooh, I would maybe like that to be smaller. Oh, nice. That's better. I can see more of what you guys are saying now. Feedback, statistics, profile, Zoom apps, chat, share screen, general, apps, backgrounds and filters. I can blur my background. I look like I'm in a stadium, and like behind me is like 7,000 feet away. That's too much blur, man. San Francisco. Okay. Enough of that. You like the blur? That's cool, man. All right, yeah, see, root's pretty much holding up. So, that's something you can learn about the quality of the bars. Like, look at Fossil. Fossil's such a good example of bad. It's a good example of bad. The candles are overlapping. 7 candles in a row overlapping. Brrr, no progress, candle to candle. And that's why it got rug drop pulled on you on this one candle right here. Because there's just too much back and forth. But then over on Riot, see, this is what we like. It's nice, progressive, less overlapping candleage. I regret taking the midnight train home. At least I didn't miss any DWACs or GMEs. Are you talking about, Jamal? This morning, you woke up, you didn't get much sleep last night. Okay. That's what I was thinking, Britain. I don't know. Maybe that's I don't know. Journey. E50. Yeah. On Pfizer. I don't know about you, but I'm getting close to cutting the stream already. What a lame day. I don't know what's going on. Is Powell going to speak today? It is really sideways today. Very little direction, but yes, look at that. Oil and energy and base materials doing well. Second to energy during inflation with less probability, about 50% chance of beating inflation, is mining company stocks and metals and the metals that they mine, precious metals and mining companies. And contrary to what you might think, gold doesn't necessarily perform. But it's good to always have about 5 to 10% gold in your portfolio. And some VIX and some crypto. They're great anti-assets. And then, of course, diversify across lots of different, real estate. And that can be, I'm talking stocks, not necessarily stocks, but stocks for sure in your portfolio. It could be VNQI for international real estate and VNQ for domestic real estate. Commodities, you should have some during inflationary times, like food and stuff can have fantastic jumps in price on all those kinds of things. Corn, there's literally a ETF called Corn, CORN, cane, CANE for cane sugar. But if you just want like all commodities, you can just get DBC. DBC, that's the ETF that will contain Yeah, Britain says it has some DBC. Go all in on corn? I mean, not necessarily, Jamal. You got to look at the charts. And of course, never go all in on anything. Divided by 10 for sure. But, you can find, there's a lot of them. There's J-O, that's coffee beans. There's soybeans, soy B. There's wheat, WEAT. Nib, NIB. And, when you're going through like 100 of these charts, you're going to find a top 5. So I'm not necessarily going to say that, corn is it. And I know you were semi-joking, but, maybe not, look at all the charts, check them out. See which one's like just gorgeous and running, has the least amount of risk, ups and downs, and just which one provides that just gorgeous return. That's going to go into overdrive during inflation. It's going to do even better. Something that's doing good, get into something that's doing good, because now it's going to do even better, So many of you get into something that's doing horribly terrible because you think it's maybe about to do something good. Why not get into something good that's been going good and now it's going to do better? Like, holy shit. Like, talk about night and day, how your money is going to perform much better. All right, WBEV IPO has started trading. It did put in a nice dollar range, so I like that right off the bat. Let me see how the volume is flowing. Nah, it's pretty weak volume. Nah, wouldn't necessarily go hard on this one, but if it breaks 14 in the next two candles here, let's see what happens. WBEV. Not super hot, but it doesn't have to be to get to 20 bucks. So, let's see what happens. It's going to halt at 1463, it says, if it gets up there. Okay, 1420 high so far. WBEV. WBEV from Cincinnati. Happy Veterans Day, yes, to all of our service members, past, present, and future. Thank you, Brianne. PPSI potentially might re-break. Yeah, exactly, Britain. PPSI might re-break. If it does, you can take it to that pivot stop at 9, Britain. Do you see what I mean? There's a pivot at 9. Yeah, so 930 for it. So if it hits 930 breakout PPSI, you can get in for 30 cents of risk. But the full pivot stop would be to 880, 50 cents of risk. Do you see that, Britain? Do you see how I'm finding those numbers? I want you to get better at this chart reading stuff and this trading. Yeah, where are my active service members at who got the day off and are now sitting down and day trading? Yeah, Britain, but do you see that? Do you see that pivot point there? On PPSI that I'm talking about at 9. See how it gets that pivot point? Check the 2-minute chart if you're able. As opposed to 8.8, which would be the really true full pivot. So that's pretty cool, right? Over on WBEV, we did not get a signal, and it's crapping out. I mean, you just gotta love systems and strategies that work. So WBEV, we wanted to wait for the second candle to be fully formed, and then on the third candle, we'll be interested. IPOs, Absolutely. Russell asks, do I primarily trade off the 2-minute chart? Absolutely. Every single one of these charts on my screen is the 2-minute. On my high frequency setup that's up above here, I have the 2-minute and then next to it the 5-minute. So I have 2-minute and 5-minute. The 1-minute is just, you can look at the 1-minute. It's just going to be more scraggly, but I prefer the information beautification that I get from the 2-minute. It's a much more accurate view of what's going on. There's just too much noise on the 1-minute. The smaller your intervals get, the more noisy they are. Looks like MQ is fully crapping out, about to break to the downside. Free food. I totally forgot about that. What? What's free food, Todd? Is that what WBEV is? What are you talking about? For vets today. Okay. Very nice. Active day trading platform. Oh, hate it. Absolutely, Colin. I mean, Colin, it's not like the worst because it's visually quite good. The problem is the fucking lag between clicks. I can't stand it. Like, what the hell are they thinking? They programmed it in some language. It's extremely laggy. It must be some old form of JavaScript or something. Very laggy, no matter if it's on a PC or a Mac, on a fast Mac, on a fast PC. It doesn't matter. I have not been able to get Fidelity's Active Trader Pro to be a worthwhile experience. No. Yeah, unfortunate. Definitely unfortunate, Colin. I recommend Webull or Thinkorswim. Thinkorswim, very difficult learning curve, but if you're like a nerd and a PC geek, you probably can handle it. But if you're not, it got quite the learning curve, and it could take maybe 2 or 3 months for you to even get it set up to be just like freaking normal. Whereas Webull, like instantaneously, the day you sign up, wow, the interface is ready to go for you. It's just that Webull doesn't provide the level of customization that Thinkorswim does, but nothing does. Thinkorswim is incredibly customizable. But like I say, it's like the NASA command center of trading. Like, why the fuck are you going to buy into that? Getting yourself a NASA command center of trading when you're not really ready for that, you know? You're going to need like assistance, or you're going to need to do coding yourself, and it's quite the software. But you could potentially do it. But Webull, for sure, that'd be the one to go for. Oh, and I probably should get you a link, or anybody a link, since I talked up Webull, to my Webull referral link. If you go through my Webull referral link, we'll both get some bonus stocks. Good for you. Not a big deal to me, but there you go. All right, Colin. Yeah, there you go. Or anybody who's looking, there's the link. RJ, once I got used to I'm going to have to make this text a little bit bigger, because bringing it down to 80% seems to be too small now. I'm like, I can barely read. I bet on a tired morning I won't be able to read what you guys are saying. That's much better. I might even make it bigger this time, 120%. Yeah, I like that. There we go. Best thing I remember is you saying how much more difficult it is to manipulate a 2-minute candle compared to a 1-minute candle. Correct, RJ. Yeah, I didn't talk about that, but yeah, I have before, so we can cut it all together and put it into a why I like 2-minute charts lesson on the website one of these days. Really quick, I just noticed I need to sell DTIL. It's got a break line, neckline breakdown. If anybody else is in DTIL, this is looking like pretty much the moment. That'll be 202% gains on detail total. WeBev very slow. Yeah, we're not in it. That's pretty much over on WeBev. If it does get up and over 1420, that'll be a signal. But you're maybe gonna have to ask RJ at that point. It sounds like it's way down the line. Looks like it's way down the line for the pivot point to the risk stop on that. Right now it's the low, 12. Didn't get a fill yet, but all right, whatever. All right. Well, on that note, I'm going to end the morning session there. But be looking out for Vax, Blaze, Beat, and Weave. Next IPOs coming up. I'm going to keep them up on my screen, and I might talk about them in the Discord. I'll see you guys in the Discord. Oh, and Root is still going. Root is still looking good. It did bounce off at the stop. The new stop on Root is 560. Root. Keep taking those profits at those profit target points. You're about to get really close to your next profit target. Applebee's, yay. Oh, that's awesome, Ben. And yeah, happy Veterans Day to you guys. to everybody. One way or another, somebody, somewhere along the line, fought somebody so that you could be here today. Whether it was a goddamn Neanderthal or whether it was a an actual service member. So here's to people who fought for the survival of freedom and our rights as human beings. All right, y'all. Catch you in the Discord. Catch you on the flip side.